Hello, everybody, and welcome to my next episode of my brand new podcast. So, guys, first of all, I'm hoping that you will notice a difference in the whole sound of it, the pitching. When I listened back to the first episode that I put out there, it was quite pitchy. It was like my voice sounded all over the place, to be fair, and it was a lot of stopping, starting, different segments. But that's the first episode, and I looked back on it, rather listened back on it, and as much as I was kind of being like, oh my gosh, that sounds a bit funky, okay, that sound was a bit pitchy, okay, I went low to high, lots of clicking, lots of background noise. However, yeah, as much as I was kind of like embarrassed about it, at the same time I'm kind of proud of it to think that I put that together. Do you know what I mean? This is something that a year ago wasn't even on my vibrations, and here I am sending it out to do. So yeah, that in itself, and I'm hoping you hear a difference as well, because I have kind of, from listening to that first episode, I kind of looked into where I needed to improve. Did my homework, and now, ta-da! Hopefully this sounds a lot better. Obviously, it's all improving along the way, so no doubt I'll listen to this episode back and find ways that I could have improved on, and I will do by the time it's the next episode. So yeah, it's all about that, isn't it? It's all about that learning and growing. You've got to start from somewhere. You've just got to put it out there and then just use that as a base to kind of work on and just grow from there. And that's my aim with this podcast, and hopefully I'm reflecting that. But yes, so I'm just adding in this bonus episode because I wanted to just, obviously, as everyone knows, that I'm on a 12-week personal fitness and nutrition journey to 40, where I want to get kind of to my strongest mentally, physically, and spiritually rather. I want to get to the strongest that I've ever been in those aspects of my life ever, as I approach 40. So yeah, it's quite a journey. However, I am actually this is my 6th week into my journey. And the whole point of this podcast as well was kind of to give it a bit of document it from start to finish. And ideally, the plan was to kind of do weekly roundups of it, my week kind of thing, how I did and going forward and discussing it from there. But of course, things never work out the way you plan them. So with the time constraints, a lot going on in the background, as with everybody, do you know what I mean? It happens. So it's just kind of working it out. So yeah, as you all know, I've just recently set up my new business. So it's kind of that all in the background, getting that up off the road, putting that all into place, getting new clients, being on this whole journey, as well as having a whole different kind of trying to work on all these goals I have personally going forward. And then also the summer holidays, so I have my beautiful son at home with me, which is great, loving it. But then it's that difficulty, isn't it? As much as you want to spend time with your children, your child, you've got to go out and do your work. So it's all that, and keeping your child entertained as well as trying to do your work stuff. Gosh, it's very hard, isn't it, for us ladies? Parents in general, people in general, let's say. Let's not exclude. Just that, really. Everything a lot going on in the background. So I kind of wanted to use this episode to discuss really the last 6 weeks of this journey that I've been on, and just kind of give you a quick rundown of how it's been, what I've achieved so far, how it's been for me body-wise, mind-wise, and spiritual-wise, because those are the 3 things that I'm kind of working on and focusing on in my journey as I approach 40 years old. I still can't bloody believe it, guys. Like, honestly, a lot of people can't believe that I'm approaching 40, and I think it's not because of the way I look so much, although I do look good. It's more the fact of how I behave. It's like my personality, just how I am. I wouldn't say it's childish. I would say it's more childlike, which isn't a bad thing, right? It's all about that. So yeah, so just kind of like a quick recap of my background, who I am. My name is Satvir. I'm background is I'm a midwife as well as a recently qualified nutritionist, and I've recently just set up my own business where we offer online coaching to people, helping them with their fitness and nutrition goals. And with the whole concept of my business, really, we help people with their nutrition and fitness goals, but it goes kind of more into that. There's more to it, kind of thing. We take like a holistic approach with our clients, so it's basically help them with working on their goals. However, we do like to take an overall approach, like how are they generally with their well-being, how are they in their life, like in their private life, how are they in their work life, is there a good balance going on, are they getting enough sleep, little things like that. Because we do find sometimes with the things that we eat, right, if we're eating crap, junk, it's not like we want to at times. Sometimes when we are eating that type of food, it's like sometimes we're looking at it as a type of comfort. And there's always a kind of root cause to our poor eating habits, whether it's our poor active levels, there's always a root cause. So that's kind of the aim of my business. I think one of the main reasons that I did start my own business was because I kind of went through something myself. I was at a really low point. I was kind of turning to bad foods, like junk food. My energy levels were really low. I did no forms of kind of activity. The only activity I would do was probably the 12.5 hour shift at the hospital where you'd be walking up and down and all that jazz. That was the only time I can honestly say that I was active. But yeah, so I was eating pretty rubbish. My nutrition was really poor. I wasn't eating the right things. My fluid intake was just all over the place. I was probably drinking too much fizzy energy drinks. I was drinking too many. Which kind of energy drinks go flipping hand in hand when you work in a night shift? Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those, you understand, it was just that whole busy environment, lifestyle you were leading where you didn't really have time to focus on yourself. You didn't really make time, which was really sad. So yeah, so when I kind of, when lockdown came and I had that time to kind of work on myself, it was a scary time for everybody, and it really kind of made me put things into perspective, and it really made me kind of address my crap that I was dealing with. I guess a lot of my issues, I was definitely just burying my head in the sand. I was just kind of, I didn't want to face it. And just kind of suppressing it with bad habits and not really addressing anything. And I think it was just out of fear. I just felt so lost, like I didn't know where to start. I wanted to change my whole life up for the better, but I just didn't have no clue where to start. And it was only when I kind of began reading more and just looking for that kind of motivation and listening to the advice of others that had gone through things. And it was a key place to start when you're at a really low point and you want to change things up and you kind of lost, you don't have any direction. A really key point to start is just work on your nutrition. Just get some exercise in. Do you know what I mean? It's these little things like that that made such a world of a difference to my whole well-being. Honestly, and this is why I kind of created my business, because as much as I'm qualified where I can help you with your fitness and nutrition goals, whether it's you want to lose weight or build muscle, eat healthy or get, exercise routine, whatever that, of course, as that's so important, it's so good for us as well, and I can help you with that. But also the whole point of the business as well is to work on people as a whole. There's more to us than our bodies. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much we can work on our bodies and get that whole, whether you want to lose weight or then you can achieve that. But how are you feeling internally? Like, are you all good inside? Because that's what counts. So with my business, I really want to promote that. Like, we just aim for, I really want to be there to empower anyone, encourage anyone, support anyone, guide them, to live a healthier and happier lives. And just by tweaking here and there, you don't, we're not expecting you just to have a big overhaul and just go all in at once. No, it's gradual steps. And a good way to start if you really want to change your life up is work on your diet and nutrition, your exercise, just improve your activity levels, get some exercise in. Because not only will it help your body, it's just the healthiest thing you can do for your body. It's going to help it looking good on the outside as well as helping you on the inside. It's going to help you feel so much better. It's going to release all those feel-good hormones. It's just going to be good for your body. It's going to prevent any ailments, any illnesses. You're going to have a much more healthier body. It's one of those healthy body, healthy mind. And it's so true, like honestly, it does make a difference. The type of foods you eat, you really want to kind of focus on mood boosting foods. So basically that's what my business promotes. But yeah, if you want to find out more, of course, visit our website, www.coreaura.co.uk, or check out our page on Instagram, coreaura_. So yeah, thought I got to plug it in there, right? And as well as working on your body and how it connects with your kind of mind, it's also important to really nurture your soul. And what I mean by that is, as much as we're kind of working on our body goals, our mindfulness, there's also your soul, which is individual to you. And this is all about nurturing. Like, what is it that makes your soul happy? Like, a big thing for me is listening to music, for example. So when I want to kind of nurture my soul, really have some chill out time, self-care even, I like to put on good, positive music, and just listen to the words. And it's kind of uplifting music I like to listen to. When I first started my change 2 years ago, I did actually make a note of I had got to a point in my life, to be fair, and I don't know if anyone out there listening can relate, that I felt like, shites man, I'm getting older, and if anyone was to ask me, what are your hobbies, I literally wouldn't have a clue. That's how kind of lost I felt as a person. Not to sound all like miserable, but miserable. Not to sound kind of miserable, but I was at that stage where I didn't even know, what were my hobbies? If anyone asked me, what are your hobbies? I'd be like, good question. Don't even know myself. And it was so sad because when you're a lot younger, you kind of know what you want, what you like, what you do, what your dislikes, your likes. Do you know what I mean? But as you get older, and I personally reached a stage where I was like, who actually am I? Like, what is it that I want out of this life? Like, who am I? Like, what is it that I like? What is it that I'm capable of doing? What is it that I enjoy? I kind of got myself in a point where I just didn't know myself anymore. So really, with that being said, I took it back to basics. I literally was like, what are my hobbies? So when I look back on my life, even as a child, a teenager, I was like, what did I enjoy doing? And it was only then when I had a whole batch of hobbies that I used to enjoy. And to other people, they may not seem kind of fun or entertaining, but that's okay, because it's not there for you to kind of enjoy. Do you know what I mean? So I'm very much a reader. Like, I love reading. And back in the day, you always get comments like, oh, you're so boring. But it's not that. Like, I'm really passionate about reading. I've always been kind of like a bookworm. So yeah, that's one of my hobbies. I even got back to embroidery. Something that I really enjoyed in primary school was embroidery. So I literally did, in lockdown, got myself a embroidery kit, that tapestry rather, and I just started doing that. And I found it was so therapeutic. It was so nice. Essentially nurturing your soul. You were doing feel-good things that really connected with your whole being. And that's what we promote as well in my business. So as well as we kind of have you on, we create fitness guides, we create nutrition guides, we also kind of want to make sure your well-being needs are being met, and you're focused on yourself, and you're taking time out to for self-care, or you're working on some hobbies, like you're working on yourself. What is it that you enjoy to do? Because whatever nurtures the soul, it just makes you feel so happy and makes such a difference overall to your whole being when you're really connected and aligned to doing what you truly want to do. Gosh, yeah, the world is your oyster. And that's what life is all about. Well, to me anyway. And hopefully there's people listening that can kind of understand what I'm saying and maybe relate, connect, understand what I'm talking about, maybe has felt the same way, feeling the same way. Yeah. So yeah, check out my business, guys, called Aura. So yes, so I thought I'd focus now on this last segment of this episode of just where I'm at with my journey so far, and just give you a quick rundown of how it's been from week 1 up until now, week 6. Before I go off on a tangent and keep you all guys here forever, which is not what I want to do. But yeah, so week 1 consisted of... So basically, I kind of started week 1 by just kind of gradually easing into it. Now, for the last 2 years, I've kind of changed my nutrition and fitness levels anyway. They've kind of improved anyway. But as I was kind of reaching 40, my whole plan is to kind of just hone in on my own personal body goals, what I want to achieve kind of spiritually and mindfully as well, what I want to kind of achieve in that sense. So with that being said, the first week then I started just kind of gradual body weight exercises, because what I'm trying to do is daily do something. My body goals are personally is I want to tone up more. I want a more kind of stronger, more defined muscle type body. So that involves kind of weight training, more kind of specific eating to your caloric needs and your macronutrient need. So it's quite detailed. You're following quite a guide. You are measuring out foods, but that is just my own kind of personal goal, what I want to achieve with my own individual body goals. Something that I've always wanted to kind of do, and when I look back on it, I've always enjoyed like gym equipment, as in weight training, lifting. It's something since my like early 20s up until now, it's something I've kind of always wanted to get into. You kind of dipped your toe in, but back then I was so inexperienced. I just really didn't have a clue like where to start. I was none the wiser. I was going like to the gym one week, next week I wasn't. There wasn't much structure. So I kind of knew the type of body I wanted, however I didn't know how to get there. So it's only now that I kind of know how to reach the type of body goals that I want to achieve, that I'm doing it like this. But I thought I'd kind of gradual start off the exercise. Although I exercise a lot anyway, I wanted to be more focused. So I'm honing in on body weight exercises, as well as kind of weight training. Because someone said to me, which is so very true, you know, before you're lifting weights, you should be able to kind of lift your own body weight. Which, when someone said that to me, I thought, okay, that actually kind of makes sense. So at the same time I'm doing weights, I'm also working on just body weight exercises as well. And I'm noticing changes already, because like I said, I'm in week 6. Definite changes I'm noticing already, by the type of exercises I'm doing. I'm noticing my tummy is I'm losing more I'm getting more fat loss from that area. So I'm seeing kind of more, not so much definition where it's really set there in place, you can see it. No, I'm still kind of working on losing that bit more of kind of body fat in my ab area. So that's that. Eating wise, again, like I said, my food is kind of pretty, I'm going by how much my individual body needs. So it's my total daily expenditure is my base, and then I kind of work it out based on my body goals. So yeah, working to a specific kind of diet. I'm upping my protein intake, obviously, for that muscle growth, which is the body goals that I'm kind of looking to achieve. So yeah, with regards to kind of spirituality, meditation is something that I really want to kind of get into more. I mean, I'm in the kind of early stages of meditation being a part of my kind of everyday life. I'm still kind of learning, reading all about it kind of thing, just to kind of get a technique that suits me really, pick the right setting, look more into it. Meditation, like what are the benefits? I always like to kind of do my due diligence before I kind of try anything really, just to kind of so I know I'm doing it right and I'm receiving the benefits from it that we should be. Do you know what I mean? I like to reap the benefits of what I'm doing. So yeah, so with that I've started introducing a bit more kind of a yoga routine in place. I usually start off by doing like a 10-minute morning routine. However, now my plan is just to try and just gradually get more advanced, intermediate rather. I wouldn't say advanced because I'm just about a bloody beginner in this. So yeah, yoga I want to definitely improve on. I have been by kind of just adding more techniques, trying to learn more movements, do more different routines, focusing more on different body areas with my yoga. And yeah, so because that I find really helps me. It helps with not only like mindfulness, but it helps my breathing. It's giving me more flexibility. I'm definitely noticing the benefits of the little bit of yoga that I am doing so far, hence the reason why I want to do more of it. So that I'm doing a lot more reading. I think reading is the greatest thing that anyone of us could do, because it's helping us to learn, grow. There's such a wealth of information out there for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you want out of life, you will be sure to find the answer through reading. There will be a book out there, some resource, somewhere in writing for you to achieve exactly what you're trying to achieve in life. Just to give you some guidance. So it's really important. You know, I know, like, I meet a lot of people that say they're not much of a reader, but if it's the concept of bloody opening a book that puts you off, then read something online, but just make sure it's informative and it's helping your personal development, like it's adding value to your life. Don't be just reading any old rot, any old kind of rag just to get the whole kind of fake news. Read where it's going to benefit you and help you grow as a person and help you develop, do you know? So yeah, generally the last 6 weeks, well, I'm in the middle of my 6th week, so yeah, up until now I have kind of been doing well, like with exercise wise. I've been kind of going to the gym. If not the gym, then I'll do a home workout, but daily I'll make sure I'll do something that will benefit and help me achieve my kind of body goals. So say like if I don't get to the gym one day, but I will then be at home and I will kind of do some weight training at home or something that will help me achieve my body goals. A bit of cardio even. I've started doing some badminton. So with the cardio as well, just make sure that it's cardio that you enjoy, because me personally, I'm not much of a runner. Like, I can run, however, for exercise wise, it just kind of does nothing for me, to be fair, just running around. If any, do you know what I mean? It's just not my type of cardio. There, I said it. But no, it's one of those where my type of cardio, I love skipping, I love badminton. So any type of cardio like that is good for me, but I just feel kind of road running, pounding the streets just for me. No, like, not saying it's nothing against the ones that do enjoy it, do you know what I mean? If anything, more enjoy. However, just not my type of exercise. And that's what, again, relating it back to my business, this is what we kind of promote, is any type of exercise that suits you, but gets you to the goals that you need and gives you the kind of the better health, and makes you feel happier. Because when you do exercise, some people just don't like exercise, and that's okay. But what we've got to realise, exercise doesn't have to be so structured, it doesn't have to be so regimented. It can just be any type of exercise you want. Even if you want to kind of dance the funky chicken in your living room and have it on loop for 15-20 minutes, then do that. Even if you want to kind of just prance around in the garden, just doing whatever, just kind of get yourself active, just move your body around, a bit of body movement, and get your heart rate going, and choose your form of exercise. You are in control. Because exercise and nutrition kind of journeys, they don't have to be boring, they don't have to be tough and challenging. They've got to, it's all about just working with your body and working it where it fits in with your lifestyle, because that's what it is. It's all about a healthier and happier lifestyle, really. So fitting it into what suits you. See, I've gone off on a bloody tangent, haven't I? Told you I would. But I think another thing to mention as well, because I think probably the way I'm talking is I'm making it sound also easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Or was it the other way around? Lemon squeezy, easy breezy. No, I said it the right way. Now, don't get me wrong, this last 5-6 weeks have been challenging, and not, the crazy thing is, not so challenging with the whole my fitness and nutrition. It's been just challenging overall. Fitting your fitness and nutrition into your whole everyday life is the struggle, when it's tough, when there is so much going on in the background. The challenge is maintaining good nutrition, because sometimes I'm very much the type of person, when I go through anything challenging, the way I used to approach it was to kind of comfort eat, was to kind of just lounge around, was to just be in my pit, eating some crap and watching some crap. So that is a challenge in itself, when you are faced with things that are challenging and testing, let's say. Sometimes you've got to kind of, the last thing you want to do is really kind of get up early and go to the gym, or eat something really healthy, when you could do, the thing you want more is just a bloody cream cake to shove in your face and sit there and be all woe is me and sit there in your sorrow. But that used to be me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did used to react like that. So whenever I was on like a fitness and nutrition journey in the past, I would just kind of be like, whoa, just give it up, because I couldn't deal with like everyday life. So it's like that vicious circle I used to be in. However, I do find, considering I have recently, these last few weeks, as much as I've enjoyed it kind of with my nutrition aspect, with the exercise, focusing on myself, being more, really going for personally developing myself as a person and going for my own personal goals, it's really hard to contend with like everyday life, kind of strained relationships around you, not to get too into things, but the last few weeks have been very challenging and testing, but I equally feel proud of the fact that I notice I deal with them differently. I'm not now reaching for that kind of cream cake or just some kind of junk takeout just to, comfort eat and just bury my head. I'm actually dealing with things better. I've had some points in the last few weeks with regards to the business where I'm like, everything's feel like up in the air, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I making the right decisions? But you kind of center yourself back and no, Sat, you've got it. So things like that. So I really feel good that I'm able to talk about it now and tell you that, guys, even though I kind of had some shit times during the 6 weeks, I still persevered. Don't get me wrong, it's been hard, but I still, even the times when I was feeling quite crappy, I always maintained the thought that no, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Just ride this storm out. You're going to be all right, Sat. And I just stayed focused on that. Times when I didn't want to do exercise, I literally just forced myself. I had to keep reminding myself why I'm on this journey. And that's sometimes what it takes. You literally have to coach your mind to be like, no, Sat, get out of this stump you're in and get out there and do it. You know what you're doing. It's just a little blip in the road. They happen. There's probably going to be more to come, but it's the way you deal with it. And think about who you were a few years ago, a complete different person to who you are now. And who you are now, you've worked hard to get to this place. So do not let any type of little blip get to you. So yeah, it has been it has been that type of time at times, if that makes sense. But I feel really proud that I did it. Really proud that I did it, that I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm halfway on my journey to 40 and I'm doing it. Like even now with this whole second episode of my podcast, listening back to the first one, even then I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck does it sound like? It was all over the place, here, there, everywhere. And even that, I'm not going to look back on it and feel kind of bad or embarrassed about it, because I'm so proud of it. I'm really, really so proud. And even the fact that I'm here doing a freaking podcast, who'd have thought it? But it's one of those that's what life's about. Whatever it is that you want to try, go for it. What is stopping you? If there's something that you want to try in life, then give it a go. That's how I've always felt with this kind of podcast. When I started my business, I thought, you know what? I've always wanted kind of a sideline as a podcast for the business, where it would be not only like an outlet for me, but a source for clients to come to, for anyone else to kind of listen to and hopefully connect. Hopefully it will relate to you. Hopefully you will get something from this. Hopefully it will encourage anyone listening out there. It will empower them to kind of get on board with their own changes. I mean, if it helps anyone do that, embark on their own journey to make some positive changes in your life, then I have achieved what I wanted to achieve with this podcast. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about that, guys. Just whatever you want to do in life, just go out there and achieve it and do it. Enjoy it. It's your life. It's there for you to enjoy, explore, and have a good old time. Because realistically, guys, in 100 years, this all won't mean anything. Okay? So get out there and enjoy yourselves. Right, I think I will put an end to my episode now. And hopefully it's kind of, people will gain something from listening to this. And if not, then I definitely have. It's definitely been therapeutic for me. It definitely helps me kind of air out my progress like this. Like usually I do journal, but I'm finding with kind of time and the busyness of things going on in my life right now, the podcast is helping me so much out in that aspect as well. It's kind of been a release for me, really, letting all my feelings out, my emotions, and I hope others will kind of connect with this as well. And if not, then you shouldn't be bloody listening. Hee hee. But yeah, this is what this podcast is all about. It's just about good times, good vibes, fun vibes. You know, we're not going to take ourselves so seriously. We're not going to focus on the outside world. We're going to focus on us, individuals, our goals, our life stories, our life experiences. We want to put advice out there that's only going to elevate, encourage, and empower people to live and be their true selves. And I will end the episode on that little nugget. So until the next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, I'm hoping to kind of focus on now more regularly the 6 week going forward and be more regular. But we'll see what happens. If that's the case, then it will happen. But if something comes, another blip in the road, then we'll just take it from there. But we will be getting an episode very soon. But yeah, so to keep up with us in the meantime, guys, Obviously, we've got our website. Visit us at www.coolaura.co.uk or see our page on Instagram. Follow us even on Instagram, coolaura_. So yeah, until then guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Stay beautiful guys. I love you all, you beautiful people. Bye.